What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Willie the Kid, aka Wilson Urena, with my man Chris Bone Henderson. What's going on, Chris?
What's up, man? What's up, everybody? We're back. Let's talk a little boxing, man.
A little counterpunch action. So let's get
Exactly.
right to it, man. Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel came out today and said that he will not be
Oh,
fighting
man.
on Dominic Brazil on Dazn. And it looks like he's turning down the offer. What's your take on it, man? 3 fights, $100 million, $20 million for Brazil, $40 million to face Joshua next, and then a $40 million if a rematch is warranted.
Man,
It
look,
sounds like
everybody.
it sounds like a 2 fight deal with a possible 3. So unless
Yeah, that's
Joshua
exactly what
loses,
it is.
you know what I mean? So what do you think?
38. I think. I think that. Um, man, I don't. You know what? I'm perplexed, dude. I'm really perplexed. I don't know how long. Okay, me and you are real good, real close with JD's, and for anybody that knows who JD's is, he is the co-manager and co-trainer of Deontay Wilder. He's actually been involved with Deontay Wilder longer than anybody else. He was his amateur coach. Okay, so we've done numerous shows with him. Numerous times we've had him on, and he's a great guy. He's a great friend. We go back a long ways. But I'm at the stage right now that I'm completely perplexed as to how they can keep walking away from these deals. You see what I'm saying? You had a social media post earlier that said, "I don't know what the fuck they're doing," and I don't either, bro. I don't either now. I'm completely. Do you go to Showtime and hope you do enough pay per view buys with Brazil to make that 20 million? Do you see what I'm saying?
You're not.
Exactly. That's what I can't understand. At one point, when we talked to Jay one time, I never will forget it. And he said they didn't think it was a good deal. Remember that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is they? That's what I need to know now. Do you see what I'm saying? Who is they that's making these decisions? Are they selling somebody on a plan? Where are we at right now? I need to know that because are you saying, hey, Floyd Mayweather didn't ever need a promoter. He didn't ever need a network until he signed a big deal with Showtime. You can't use Floyd Mayweather as an example. He's the most extreme outlier in the history of the sport. Who else has done what he's done? Nobody. I can answer that
Right.
question real quick. You know what I mean? So you can't use him as an example. Could you use Oscar De La Hoya? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? He was the original guy that broke off with his own promotion, right?
Right.
But still, who do you use in that example? That's what I'm trying to figure out is, do you go to a network? Now, people talked about him turning down the ESPN deal. That wasn't that big a deal to me, okay? Him turning down ESPN didn't really mean much to me, and I'll tell you why. Because it was still,
Actually, it made sense to me.
it did me too. Because you've got a base over at Showtime, and either way, you're still dependent on pay-per-view buys, right? ESPN's done showed you they're going to put you on pay-per-view. Am I correct? Ain't they doing that? Ain't that what they're doing with Crawford and Khan? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they've done showed they're going to put you on pay-per-view. All right, that's how they're going to try to get you paid. That's exactly the plan Showtime has and Fox has. Whereas DAZN has come in here and said, hey, look here, buddy. We're going to give you this guaranteed money. Walk away from it if you want, but we're going to put it here on the table for you to say yay or nay to. I don't understand how you can walk away from $100 million guaranteed. 60 million is actually the guarantee. Let me rephrase that, because 60 million is the actual guarantee. If he goes in there and gets White not beat the fuck out of by Josh for the first fight, then he's not getting a second fight.
Right.
But supposedly there's a rematch clause both ways, so that means he gets the second fight no matter what happens in the first fight. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, from talking to people inside of Wilder's team, D's. All right, I'll say whoever. But talking to people inside of Wilder's team and others, there's a rematch clause that goes both ways in this deal. So I can't figure out how you can turn this deal down unless you're going to counter offer to them. Hey, we'll come back, do 90 million for 2 fights, the 2 AJ fights. You see what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and handle this Brazil fight. You do 90 million for 2 AJ fights. I don't know what Skipper says to that, because I can understand a network or a promoter wanting to build a fight and try to make a little bit of money off the Brazil fight. You see what I'm saying? Or try to get some subscribers off of it, because they're hurting for subscribers. Let's be real about it right now. All right, I've seen numbers floated from 73,000 to 500,000. Realistically, probably 150,000 subscribers right now at the most. Okay, that's nowhere near where their goal is, but they are millions and millions worldwide. So maybe they're on pace. Skipper says they're on pace, right? He says that he's at a 10 right now as far as expectancy and how he feels about it. Ain't that what he said?
Yeah.
So now, bro, I'm perplexed. I'm confused. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm confused. I don't know how you can look at this with an unbiased mind and not say, how does this guy keep turning down career high money? You see what I'm saying? We got to start looking at that at one time. Why does this keep happening? I don't think it's Deontay Wilder at all. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's him or JD's, because I know JD's has 100% belief in that man.
I think loyalty plays a big part into this.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to, I don't know if, sometimes you got to be loyal to your family and shit first, right?
Yeah, right. But I don't think you got to switch teams either. So your team stays intact, because this is, a lot of people are getting this confused. This is not through Eddie Hearn, folks.
No, it's not. Not at all.
This is him. This is him directly talking to the zone. So, as you know, I know a lot about
this. Is just like the Canelo deal, just like the GGG deal. Yeah.
Right. So, at this point, I don't know what to think. I want to know, perhaps, if there was something in the contract that they didn't like or anything like that. Right now, at this moment, it's not a very good look. These are career high paydays. I could understand maybe wanting more than just the $40 million for the second Joshua fight if he beats him the first time.
Fair enough. I can't argue against that. I can't.
You know what I mean?
But I think you got to. I think you got to look at how much the first fight makes, though, first. But yeah.
Also, this is the guarantee money part of the fight.
Yeah, that's what blows my mind. Is I don't see how.
Right.
He makes $40 million on pay-per-view even with the Joshua fight.
Exactly. There's another segment of people that think, well, we don't know how much they're going to give him for venue, pay-per-views on the UK side, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. So this is just the guarantee portion of it. Everything else gets worked out in the fight contracts itself.
Exactly. The Sky Sports part. Now, are we to believe that he's going to get more than 40% of the Sky Sports money? Absolutely not. There's no fucking way he does. I can't believe that Joshua would even give up 40% of the Sky Sports money. Because there's no doubt that he's bringing in these good buys. Huh?
20% at best.
That's about fair. I'm going to be honest with you. Of the Sky Sports money.
Mm-hmm.
That's about fair. Now, if he gets 40 million plus that 20%.
In America, I don't know if the zone will do like a premium where they'll stage these fights like on a pay-per-view type thing.
They swear they won't, man. They swear that they won't. So
at $10 or $10 you could watch this fight.
I don't see any way. Let's step back and let's look at it.
You still get the 1 month free. So if you technically haven't applied for it, or you just use a different card.
Different card, different email, yeah. And we're not telling y'all how to rob the zone by no means, but this is how you do it. Okay. But
they got my $10 this weekend though. So
they get mine every month, man. I can't help but subscribe.
I gave it.
I mean, anytime you're gonna match Naoya Inoue against Emmanuel Rodriguez, I've got to pay for it. You see what I'm saying?
And it seems to be picking up steam with boxing fans.
I hope it does, man. I really hope it does, because
right now they're making a real big effort and a big push. They're having trouble, man, getting the Heyman guys to even consider coming over. So that shows like what Al Heyman fighters think of him. You know what I mean? And I can't knock him for that, but. Man, this fight, I thought this would make sense to me. You get $20 million for Brazil, then you get Joshua next. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
because I feel like I don't know, man. Joshua Fury would be kind of hard to make. I don't see the zone letting that happen.
Joshua Fury. I don't see the zone letting it slide over. I think it comes down. Here's what can happen: is Fury to have to become a mandatory to one of Joshua's belts.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then force a purse bid.
Right, and I think they'll put up a lot of money for that purse bid just to win it.
Yeah, I do too.
They're not gonna let ESPN
I'm really
have
not
that
worried
fight.
about. I'm really not worried about them yet. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And
You know?
the way things turned out with Fury and Wilder, I mean, when can we possibly be seeing a unification, undisputed heavyweight bout?
If Wilder took this deal, I was hoping by the end of the year. That's what they were guaranteeing, that we would see one the end of this year.
So right now,
Yeah.
where will you put this, man? Like, is it a bad look? Do you need to see more? Or
it's a bad look initially for sure, 100%. I already dragged them for the shit that I've seen. Sooner or later, the question has to be answered: is how many times can you walk away from career high money? You see what I'm saying? Sooner or later, that question has to be answered. So I dragged them a little bit, and I don't drag Deontay because I truly believe that he'll take the fight in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? He's a fighter. He's a warrior. He's a guy that believes in his power 100% and believes he can end the fight at any time. So I do not think for 1 second that he's ducking a fight. Okay. What I do believe, though, is his management's letting down. Sooner or later, somebody has to say, well, okay, Al Heyman's an advisor, right? He's supposed to advise his guys the best route to take. But you have to look at that and go, hey, well, this guy, my advisor, has a contract with these two networks to supply fights, right? Now, yeah, he can make more money if I was over here, but he's still got to supply these fights over here. So there's a conflict of interest there, naturally.
And to his credit, I gotta give Wilder credit on this. When they came out with the Brazil Wilder pay-per-view thing, he quickly went and said, why can't we just put it on Fox?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Absolutely. Said he'd rather have it on free TV.
Right.
Absolutely. Gotta commend that. But sooner or later, somebody has to say, where's this conflict of interest come in? When does it cross the line to say, hey, he's looking out for this side more than he is this side? You see what I'm saying? And right now, with Wilder, it almost feels like he's looking out more for the Showtime Fox side than he is Deontay Wilder specifically. He made a great decision with Daniel Jacobs. I commend him for that by letting him go to do his thing. But I think it's time to let Deontay go too. You almost have to, because I don't see where the other side can give him that money. What's he going to do? Fight Konafki?
And
after
Jamal,
Brazil?
And Jamal too.
Yeah, oh yeah, Jamal too. Yeah, he's a middleweight. So he really needs to be over there. So as an advisor, if you're a fighter's advisor, this is your only job. What are you going to tell him to do? Go for the most money?
Well, I don't need somebody to advise me.
I understand that, but I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, if it was me,
exactly.
People talk about rings and championships and trophies and accolades and all this other stuff. Nah, man, show me the money.
Exactly. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, a ring can't feed my family.
Exactly. They're prize fighters, man. And the key word there is prize. The prize is what you're guaranteed money-wise. It ain't if this fight sells 280,000 pay-per-views or if this fight sells 560,000 pay-per-views. Do you know how many pay-per-views he needs to sell to do $20 million for Wilder to make $20 million? Right at $1 million. Do you think the Brazil fight's going to do that? Let's be real.
150K at best.
Exactly. Now, where do we say, okay, now, maybe Heyman's starting to blur that line a little bit as to what's best for the fighter and then what's best for him. Do you see what I'm saying? Because he still has the contract with Showtime and Fox that he has to provide them fights, right? But he's also got a contract with Deontay Wilder says, I have to do what's best for you. Now, where does he make the decision as to which is which? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, I think that's what the area we're getting into here, because this is why. It's because that if you take away Deontay Wilder from Showtime or Fox, what the fuck have you just done to the PBC deal? Do you know what I mean? Because let's be real, he's the biggest seller they got. Errol Spence maybe, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Errol Spence Jr. maybe, but we'll talk. Like I said, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But right now, there's no doubt it's Deontay Wilder. He's proven, man. You know. Well, let me rephrase that, because that's minus Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao sells no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we're gonna get Brazil, Wilder, May 18th.
We're definitely getting that fight. If anybody's wondering, just listening, we're definitely getting that fight next. What network it's going to be on, we won't know till Tuesday. I've been hinted that Showtime pay-per-view is still the network, but I can't guarantee that yet until the press conference Tuesday. And if you want to find out when it is, tune into Eastwick Sports, and we'll have it there.
That's true. So let's quickly shift gears then, man. Hopefully Deontay knows what he's doing, and hopefully, like I said, we'll get more clarity on what's going on. I'm a little disappointed at the moment, but fuck it, man. Bomb squad. Nah.
But, man, I don't care. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm straight down the middle. I don't give a shit. All right.
Yeah.
If they fight each other, I'll break that fight down then. But right now, you know, I'll pull for. I know who I'll pull for. I'll pull for Deontay. But do I think he wins?
Yeah, I'm a huge heavyweight boxing fan. Said me never. So I actually haven't used those words, huge heavyweight boxing fan, since the 90s, man. But
huge heavyweight boxing fan since the 90s. That's about right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, since Holyfield and Lewis and Tyson. Yeah,
Lewis. Right. I mean, shit. Even George Foreman shocking the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
So let's move forward to this weekend.
Yep.
A fight that is happening. So far, I think there's been 35,000 tickets sold.
I'm hearing a little bit higher numbers, but not much. So
right. I didn't. I checked earlier today, so that's the numbers I got so far. And it's from what I'm seeing and what I'm understanding and what I'm being told, everything's trending up as the fight gets closer and closer, which usually happens anyway. It's a stadium fight, so a lot of times stadium fights have real cheap seats. So if you're in Texas or something, you should go check this out. But my boy, the truth, Errol Spence Jr. versus
great fighter, great kid, man. Great fighter, great kid.
Versus a man that it's shown tremendous skills, it's all of a sudden has a desire to move up and down through weight classes from 135 to 140 to 135 to 147. When he fought at 140, I felt he looked bloated. He seems to be in better shape this time around, and that is Mikey Garcia. So, man, how you see that fight?
How do I see that fight? All right, I'll get into some breakdowns of it. Okay, to tell you how you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get into what I think each guy can do, what I feel like is going to happen and stuff like that. I'll tell you what I've done. Initially, when this fight came across, is I was dead set against Mikey Garcia taking this fight. I thought you remember me talking about he's ducking Loma by taking this fight and shit. Not so much ducking Loma, but that this fight come with a parachute. You know what I mean? That if he loses, he was expected to lose. So what? And move on. And he still got the Loma fight out there, so on and so forth. Well, I still believe that. I still believe that wholeheartedly. and I still believe that it was a very smart business decision by Mikey Garcia
I feel
to take this fight if he was going to take it.
I feel it's
But
I feel it's
go
a
ahead.
high risk. I feel it's a high risk fight for the
Exactly.
simple fact
That's
that
what I'm getting to.
if he loses, and let's say he breaks an orbital bone or something.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting ready to get to.
Yeah.
But you can't help, no matter what. I don't care how you feel about this fight. If you think Mikey Garcia's going to get his ass beat down Saturday, or if you think he may win, no matter how you feel about it, you got to commend this man for taking this challenge. He didn't ask for a catch weight. He didn't put a rehydration limit on this fight, did he? You know what I mean? He said, come here, Errol Spence. You're the boogeyman at 147. I want your ass.
And
You see what I'm saying?
You know what else?
Yeah.
He's gonna somehow try to fight this fight off his back foot.
He can't, bro.
I know.
He can't win off his back foot because this guy will try.
Because everything that I'm watching video-wise tells me that's what they're gonna try to do.
He can't win that way. All right?
But
he's not that fighter.
He's not. If you watch him in the gym, though, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of it.
Yeah, so you would know that it looks like that's what they're training for.
Yeah, they're trying to pivot off that foot. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I've seen it. And that he's not that fighter. I think he's doing that more so because I've seen some other footage that was sent to me from Ellie Setback, ES News.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of shout out to him. And that was sent to me through James Dominguez, Kelly Pavick, and that bunch. But they're real good friends with the Garcias and stuff. And I've seen some other footage along there that kind of goes against that. Because I watch that footage and I'm like, is this something that he's letting them believe, that I'm going to let you stalk me all night? You see what I'm saying? Now, there's only one way Mikey Garcia can win this fight. He's got to smother the power.
Yeah.
He has to. He has to smother the power and pinch the weak side and keep him turning. That's the only chance he has. And what I mean by pinching the weak side is I want people to imagine, listeners to imagine what Lomachenko does to orthodox fighters, how he turns them so fast. You see what I'm saying? How he steps out he'll step out to his right real quick and turn him real quick. This is less exaggerated. Mikey don't want to step out to the right that far. He just wants to make a subtle step to the right to where if Earl throws the left, he's overextending. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To where if Earl throws the left, he's overextending, and Mikey can take advantage of that. But he's going to have to win the exchanges to do this. Initially, I didn't think that he could do that, but I do believe he can do that. I just don't know if he can do it for 12 rounds. I think he can do it for 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 rounds, but eventually that size wears on you, man. That size, that wear and tear, that guy going to your body, working you. Sooner or later, I don't give a shit if you're tucking your elbows. Anybody that's ever boxed knows you tuck your elbows and you kind of try to prevent a body shot from hitting hard. But sooner or later, that starts to take its toll. And he's fighting a guy that I feel like initially is so much stronger than him that it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Errol's scary strong.
Yeah, I feel like he's so much. The only guy I believe that can compete with Errol Spence at welterweight in strength is Terrence Crawford. And the only reason I believe that is because Terrence has a very unique understanding of balance. He knows how to use a fighter's momentum against them like you wouldn't believe. All right, so that's the only guy I believe that can compete there. I don't think Mikey can. But what I do believe Mikey can do is if he's accurate enough with his shots, is the only way he wins this fight. All right. While I've gave the way he can win it by pinching the weak side, keep him turning, he still has to be accurate enough to where his shot. Because let me tell you something. You hit a guy in the top of the head all night, he's going to keep coming if he's got a decent beard. All right. But you start hitting him in the mouth a lot, he starts thinking, I don't give a shit what kind of power you're hitting him with. That's what kept Floyd. A lot of people said, well, Floyd had more power than advertised, obviously, because he kept everybody honest. What kept them honest was his fucking accuracy. You see what I'm saying? If I keep hitting you in the mouth, sooner or later, it don't matter how hard I'm hitting, it's going to take a toll.
Yeah.
And what kept him honest was his accuracy. Now, Mikey's got to be extremely accurate to win this fight. And I don't mean a high landing percentage. I mean the punches that count have to hit where he wants them to hit. If he wants them to be on the button, they got to be on the button. That's his only chance here. My ending prediction is this. Okay, well, let me say what Spence needs to do. Spence needs to continuously keep his front foot outside of Mikey's front foot. Do you see what I'm saying? If he don't, he's losing the battle of footwork. Should he allow his right foot to be inside of Mikey's left foot, then he's losing a battle right off the bat. And that's what Mikey needs to win this fight. So he needs to keep his left foot outside of Mikey's right foot, and he controls the fight, plain and simple. That's all he really needs to focus on. You know what I mean? Because he don't allow Mikey an escape route if he does that. If he can close off his escape route, then this fight's an easy peasy, get it over with whenever you decide to attack, fight for Errol Spence, for the most part. But my prediction is this. I think Mikey Garcia wins by knockout. Mikey Garcia wins by knockout.
Oh, damn.
He stopped Errol Spence Jr.
Oh, yeah?
I'm shocking people right here, I know. But, yeah, I believe he stopped Errol Spence Jr.
You shocked me because
nobody believes me. Nobody goes with me. And I'm going more off of attitude than anything because I see Earl's having some weight issues this time and shit like that. He's a little dehydrated, little other stuff. I just feel like it's just that time. I feel like it's his time. Yeah, normally, I would expect Spence to stop him within 8 to 11 is my normal prediction, but I just feel like something's going to happen here, man. I feel Mikey actually pulls this off.
Since you jumped off the bridge and shit, and I'm not trying to jump with you. No,
I don't blame you. Stay on the bridge, bro. Stay on the bridge.
I put a flotation device down there somewhere so you can land safely. But the way I see it, man, I see this. I just think Spence wears him down. He puts his weight on him. That's the
smart move. Yeah, I agree.
I think he beats him up. I think he tries to make this an inside fight.
Mm-hmm.
I see him doing a lot of good body work. I think that some of the things Mikey has to do in this fight, he will do at times, but I don't think he could continuously do it for a full fight.
I tend to agree with that, honestly. So wholeheartedly, in my heart, I agree with that. But I just got a feeling. I got a funny feeling that Mikey pulls this off.
I feel he got to get caught, which I think he will get caught, and he will get caught often because for him, you can't quite teach an old dog new tricks.
Absolutely.
And for him, he loves to be in the right position at all times.
Yeah, he depends on power and he depends on timing and positioning most of the time. You're right.
Right.
And has to be set to unleash. Yeah.
He has to be set and he leaves himself open. I just think Spence is stronger. Believe it or not, I feel he's faster.
I do too, actually.
I think he's quicker on his feet than him. He might not have the better footwork, but I just see Spence. I could see this like a Harrison Hurd fight. Where
that's a pretty good comparison, actually.
Yeah.
I can't really argue against that.
The one fighter is controlling most of the first half, and then somewhere in the second half something happens, and you could see that wear and tear starting to take place. And as I said in earlier in the week on social media, I see this Errol Spence stopping him between the 8th and 10th round.
We're not keeping that dog.
And that's how I see it. And keep the dog. That's how I see it.
I can't argue against that. I can't make a definitive claim and say, "Hey, you're wrong." You know what I mean? Because your prediction is actually a lot closer to reality than mine, to be honest with you. For mine to come true, Mikey's going to have to do everything right. I got enough belief in his skill set that he does. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong. From talking to his team and stuff, I just got enough belief in his skill set. You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. I think Mikey is a wonderful boxer. He's pretty good in there. He could be better defensively, that's for sure. but he's very good in there. He's very good in the ring. He knows what he's doing. I just think that a lot of the things that he has been doing in this fight, it's not going to be good for him. You know, Spence hits hard, man. A lot of people don't think he has one punch power. But from a guy that's coming up from 135 to 147, he might as well be. Who knows? He might be 175 come fight night. So
he's not going to be that big. He still has the IBF rule to deal with. You know what I mean? The 10-pound rule from IBF to deal with. So he still got that rule to worry about. So that puts him at 156.9. You know what I mean? The next day.
165.
And so 165 is about fair. I figure Mikey to be 152 to 155 tops. If he's even that big. You know, Mikey is.
And here's my question.
Yeah.
Mikey's not the slickest fighter or
absolutely not.
Or the fastest fighter out there. How much lower is putting on that weight going to hurt him?
We don't know yet.
And
we don't know. He don't know.
There's so many
we don't
variables.
know, and he don't know.
Like I think
some things I've seen.
I was talking to you earlier this week. I told you I don't know how Mikey's going to react to a punch in this particular fight until I see him take it.
You're right. You're absolutely correct. And another thing is this: is we don't know. We also don't know. Not so much as how he reacts to a punch is what he's going to do when the guy in front of him is still coming forward in the third or fourth round. You see what I'm saying? Even Adrian Broner, the bigger guys he's fought, Lopinitz and Boner, have gave ground to him by the third or fourth round. Spence isn't. He's not going to give that ground. For him to give that ground, Mikey's really going to have to put on a fucking show for 5, 6, 7 rounds. You know what I mean? And I think, and it's going to take a perfect.
I think Mikey has to fight all 12 rounds
for Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
I think we got to look at Mikey Garcia and hope he pulls off the Roberto Duran versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler performance.
If he wins because of the odds, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Because the odds are so good. I put $50 on Mikey to win by decision. A little throwaway money.
I put a little more than that, but yeah. I put a little more than that, yeah.
Yeah, a little throwaway money. You know what I mean? But I don't have that much conviction on it. Although Fight King is giving me good odds on it. So I'll take that. So
hey, I got to
you know what I mean? So $50 could give me a pretty penny because those odds are so good.
I agree.
But I got Mikey. Unfortunately for him, losing this fight. You know.
I can see
too much size.
I can't argue against it, bro.
Too much strength. And don't forget that Spence jab might be key in this fight too.
Yeah.
Because that jab is gonna feel like a lead hand. He throws it very sharp, so and with conviction. So I don't know, man. I think we're gonna see, huh?
Hey, bro, I got to
shit.
Cut this short.
Yeah, man. So folks, man, I hear it. So, folks, that's all we got for y'all. Hopefully, we'll come back post-fight or something. But
yeah, absolutely.
It's Eastwick Sports. I'm Wilson Urena. That's Chris Henderson. We out.
Appreciate it.